Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for the final two episodes of Fire Force Season 1. Now, this shouldn't really come as a surprise about like a Season 2 or more Fire Force coming, because at the very beginning of Fire Force, it was announced it was going to be 4 cours. So they're just splitting it up. It's probably going to be 24, and then we'll have another 24 episodes. I think they announced it for fall 2020. It was either summer or fall. I don't remember as I sit here right now and record this, but we're getting Fire Force in 2020, and it'll probably be another 24 episodes. They might do 12 and 12. I'm not sure, but I'm probably more so banking or leaning on 24 episodes. We'll have to wait and see for that. All right, because right now we're here to watch these final two episodes. I'm assuming the fight with Sho and Shinra will wrap up, which it's been crazy. It's been very entertaining. It's been mind blowing, not only from like an aesthetic or like visual presentation, like with the camera angles and the effects, and just, but also in terms of what's actually going on here. Like some of the things we actually have legit learned of the what the Adola Burst actually is. Getting a better idea of the link. I mean, we saw the evangelist in the previous episode for the first time too. So there were a lot of things that we did get in the previous episode, but there's still things to me and probably to a lot of you guys that are just kind of probably flying over our heads on what's actually going on here. With Victor was breaking it down, right? Like if you really want to fully understand, I feel like what's going on here, like just listen to Victor, you know. But even at some points, he was kind of confused, or he didn't even know what the heck was going on. But Shinra just kept pushing himself, pushing himself, pushing himself. He was not giving up. He's like, I'm gonna get through, to my brother, no matter what. And that's where we left off. Pretty much that was what we had the whole episode. But we left off at the end of the previous episode. Victor's like, okay, dude, you're gonna die, like, if you do this. And Shinra's like, I'm still doing it, apparently. So we'll see what we have. We're gonna start obviously with episode 23. We're gonna get into it. We're starting at the very beginning, 0 seconds, and we're gonna hop into it in 3, 2, 1, play. And then obviously I'll just include episode 24 in the same video. It'll just be like a little transition in the middle. I'm assuming like this episode will probably wrap up the fight, and then next episode they'll they'll kind of like give a little maybe closure to to this arc or whatever, or this part for the next season. Yeah, so he just like so his like atoms are like splitting apart, coming back together. Like I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Jeez, man. This isn't the show I know. Even though you're grown now, but when he was a baby, and this is what he's been doing throughout the fight. More and more and more, Sho's been seeing these visions. I feel like only a matter of time until it actually gets to him. There he goes, Shinra. Let's go, my boy. Get your real bro back. Oh, I love that rainbow effect. Ooh. Jeez, man. You see what I mean, though? Like, with that, like... Is this show seeing this now? Yeah, it's like all hitting them at once, huh? But that, like, effect that they did, like, the rainbow, and then, like... That's one of the things David Production has been great at. Especially with this show. But obviously, like, JoJo and stuff, but, like... They've really shown that off here. So he's literally going to see like everything. Yep. Why he's here right now, why he has never gave up. He keeps trying to shake him off. He keeps saying, well, he doesn't know what they mean, really. I mean, because he was a baby, right? So it's like he hasn't been really raised properly. It's not too late for that to change. Another one. Yep. Oh, dude, that's freaky. Like, I kind of like when they do this, but I also don't at the same time, just because of how freaky it is. Ever since that fire, like I can't blame him, right? For getting, that's how he shows his nervousness. That's like all these like misconceptions about him though, and the things that like people don't know. He just keeps shaking him off. Like that's a part of the real you though. That's like this is the real like you, even though you were a baby. Like this. Oh, there was what's her name? Haume too, right? Yeah, now everything's like gone to shit. Like, but these things can never stay like that. That's just how it goes, right? Like, ah, that's my mom. Like, he hasn't even like saw or like known really his mom. Like, I mean, he was a baby, right? So it's like, the hero. Aw. Oh, look at the handprints on the board. And there's the light. Yep. Aw. The drawings on the paintings too on the wall. Oh man. The family handprint. Oh, he's crying. Oh, it finally got to him. It took long enough, right? Ah. Damn. So it's like the parallel there, right? Like obviously what has happened here is way bigger than the freaking newspaper just being on his face, but it's like the parallel there, right? When they were younger, now older. Wow, dude. Oh man. Wait, what? Wait, was this like before they like were they talking while he had this in his in him his this whole time? Like, oh great, oh great. It's not gonna be that easy, right? Like, let's go home. No, there's always a catch. So I wonder if they were just like obviously Sho didn't know that he did that. So I don't know if it was like an accident or this because of how fast and just the mind blowing kind of stuff that's going on here in terms of like the like the laws of physics are probably breaking and all that. Maybe that's what happened because Shinra was going so freaking fast that before they knew it, Sho had pierced him because it seemed like he didn't even know that he did that. So it's like He must have done that before, like he started breaking out in the tears or something. Or I don't even know. But now that Halme's here, which we know she has the burst too. So, and like I was saying, she just got like introduced pretty much, so she has to be of a lot of importance. So she's pretty strong, right? Like if she's not on show's level, she's even stronger, maybe. Mayday. I don't even know if we're gonna have the OP, honestly. It's like 7 minutes in, it came in. So yeah, it was like so fast that he pretty much. I mean, he didn't even know. Like we didn't even know until like it was all over. I mean, he still has the thing through him. Like pull it out, get it out. They're trying to do that again, or nice. Oh, what do you know? Another. She's a whack job too. Oh my gosh, this girl. Okay, so she can do shit like this. As I was saying, like she probably stronger than Show, or like I at least right now, or I mean, look at him. Or she has some kind of like mind control. Yeah, she might be the craziest of them all. Oh my. Oh, the boys, the boys. Get Shinra out of here, man. Has to be me putting you down. Yo, as crazy as she is, though, I kind of like it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, was she actually trying to do something there? So Arthur's actually kind of a decent counter to that. Yeah, Show is just like totally in like under like a mind control now. Like, so it's not even just like the link, like the Adola link. She could cut off like other stuff, like the things Vulcan made. Oh, whoa! Oh man, the eighth. That's a nice shot there, actually. I guess she didn't hear you the first time. Like, and now Show's away again. So we're gonna have to come back to that, saving him This wasn't it. Ah, that's annoying. Is like the whole thing gonna collapse? Whole Earth is shaking. Is it just as simple as an earthquake? Is there something like way bigger going on? Is it better for the sword to be through him like that, or should they pull it out? Maybe it's better for it to be inside of him still. I don't know. Go. She like some kind of god doctor, nurse. How do you say? Is it Huang or like Huang? I think it's Huang. It's not it. Yeah, it's not that. It'll be good. He's the MC. It'll be good, but yeah, he has taken a lot of. Obviously, he's in a terrible state right now. Paralyzed. Uh, he'll be all right. He's the main character. We need a miracle, though. I guess. I mean, even if he is like out of it for a while, he's gonna probably have to rehab and to get back into it. But he'll in the long run, I think he'll be okay. Don't get any weird ideas now because he has an Ebola burst and all that. Like, I hope not. Yeah, she seems pretty, you know, reliable. I guess. I don't see how she actually does this though. Like how it works. Whoa, it's actually pretty cool how that works, or how she heals people up at least. This is like for grave situations. Like the sixth is entity. Oh, okay. Company, not a temple. She's the go-to person. I mean, we kind of already starting to see the treatment. Definitely unique, but it looks pretty cool. Good, good. Don't get any weird ideas though. Jeez. Few days, I guess that makes sense. Let him take as much time as he needs. He's up. Good, good, good. And he's hungry, so that's a normal thing to feel. Out of his grasp again, out of his hands. Not of his own will, Shinra. Not of his own choosing. Right. Well, they're gonna have to wait on that. Even longer. Oh, was Burns. So he heard, yeah, he was in some, he was in some kind of bad shape, and he came here himself to check up on him. Right. That's I mean, like he came here for him. Like he has to know about all this shit. Then, right? Like he wouldn't just come here for some, just. Oh, they're gonna go more into that. Get the man some food first. Yeah, like he has to know more than he lets off. Yeah, I mean, look at him. He looks like all skin and bones. More than usual. He's been out 3 days. That's what I was thinking. He just said like, "Yeah, I did. I do know." He knew that too. He knew all of it. At that point, prove it to me, and then I'll tell you more, show you. Oh my gosh. And we have not really saw anything of birds in terms of like that. So I'm kind of nervous for Show, but Show or Shinra, not Show. You guys know what I meant. But Shinra obviously has made leaps and bounds of improvements too. So I think Burns might be a little surprised by what he sees from him, maybe. But Burns is probably on a whole nother level too. But he was saying like he was there, he knew everything. But I mean, it had to be like I don't know, obviously a tough spot to be in. Like what was I mean, even with his ability, like what could have Burns even done? Obviously, Shinra couldn't have done much if he told him. But I mean, I guess Burns and whether it was his company or the other companies would have had much more of a. There has to be a reasoning, right? But they could have had much more of a shot or a chance than Shinra, obviously. So I'm kind of curious what, like, why wasn't anything said for that long, or like, there's more to it. There's obviously more to it, so I don't want to get too much into it. We're probably gonna go into that in the final episode, I guess, for this season. Um, but yeah, we had the quick conclusion, which I mean, the fight lasted pretty long. It was like two whole episodes, pretty much. About 2 episodes totals time, I would say. Because we like half of the one episode, the whole previous episode, and then like about a couple minutes of this one. So, I mean, it was a decent length fight. But Shinra finally got through to him. Show was breaking down. He saw his mother, and like the parallel they did there was like really clever. Really nice how they did that, right? Because Show was kind of in Shinra's arms and he was crying, and at that point when he was crying and he had like the newspaper over his head and Shinra came in there and like the light came. That was when they were younger, obviously, but when they did that here again as them older, that was really nice. But Halme and her, some kind of like mind control, obviously, sort of thing going on. So Show still in the hands of the opposition, and they're gonna kind of take a little bit longer, I guess, to where the two can reunite and actually go home, like Shinra was saying, like what they wanted to do. So, yeah, they're gonna draw it out some more. They're gonna draw it out some more, which there's still, I feel like, a lot more surprises and some things we have to learn. Obviously, from Burns here, How Mei is now a threat. Now that she's been introduced, who knows what other threats possibly there are besides even How Mei. I don't even know how Yona is still around, by the way. Like, how is Yona still alive, right? Like, oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't even really care about Yona, to be honest. I don't know if Yona's even going to be of some big importance going forward, but out of anyone who survived or is still here and around and just involved, like Yona, seriously. So, we still have one more episode 24. Probably gonna learn some more stuff revolving around the fire, Shinra show, the mother. I mean everything, right? And I'm curious. I'm curious to see what he's gonna say and what he's gonna go into in the previous episode. If he actually, with him knowing all this, like what happened? What did he do? Like, or why couldn't he do anything? Like evil, bad, or bad intentions, good intentions. Like the timing of it. Like I want to go more into it, like how it actually all played out. So that's for episode 24, though. And that's what we're gonna get into. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Like I said, we're gonna get right into episode 24, the season 1 finale. See what we got. See what Burns is. Well, I guess they're gonna have like a little sparring kind of thing going on before maybe we hear some stuff from Burns because he kind of wants Shinra to prove himself. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm kind of actually excited to see a little bit more of Burns because, like I said in the previous episode, we haven't really saw too much from him in terms of like his ability or his powers or anything like that. And Shinra's also going to get to show how much he's improved. I mean, the man's coming off of what just happened to him, and it's been 3 days, so I don't even know if he's fully back to normal or not. Right? I mean, 3 days rest, maybe he is back to normal, and he'll still be able to show off some of his improvements. We'll have to see. Let's get into it. We're starting at the very beginning, 0 seconds. We're gonna get into it in 3, 2, 1, play. Fire Force lately has got me talking. I feel like way more than I usually do, which I guess is a good thing because it's making me think. It's making me actually get kind of involved. It's so should pick up what Burns and Shinra here. So I don't think we're gonna get that OP. Okay, maybe we're not gonna pick up with them, and I was wrong. This is kind of getting to him, huh? You added another word. You could tell that they were really worried about. I mean, everyone was, but like, Vulcan's a good dude, man. We know. We all know this though. Toss her into a. Oh boy, give us one of those seeds. You know what I'm talking about? And when those things are back to normal. And smiles on her face, just knowing that he's okay, right? That he's back to normal. That he's feeling good. If he doesn't have that conversation or that drive with Vulcan right there, who knows? He comes in here probably being just a downer, you know, going like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, come on, Tamaki, get out here. Actually, if she does get out here, something bad might happen. So, nothing that happens seems to kill him. What a problem, devil. How funny, aren't there? How funny. Things are back to normal. It's good. You love to see it. Good to see you. Okay, so we are gonna get the OP actually. So he must be back to normal. So maybe he is gonna get to go. I don't want to say all out, but he's gonna get to show his stuff against Burns because I think we're still gonna see that. I hope we still see that. You know, because he's back on duty and everything, and just feels. Even though it wasn't that long, it was like a few episodes or so. Well, I mean, I guess we were down in the Nether for a bit, so it's just nice to be back in the Company 8, right? Just more slice of life kind of elements, you know? In the comedy. Mayday. Mayday. Here we go. Several weeks earlier. Oh. Oh, well, so what we started off the episode with was into the future. Like this is this is in the past, but that was in the present. And he's kind of, I don't want to say going all out, but he's still being flashy with it. Oh yeah, once they started like this, like there's no going back. There's no stopping him. Or just having some fun with him. You can tell though. Woo! Jeez. Definitely feels different than the first time. Ooh. He's just getting warmed up. Oh my god. Dude, the impact frames. Oh my god, dude. This is all I was talking about. I wanted to see more of what he's about, dude. And he's probably still not even going all out. Living up to his name, Burns. You gotta be strong enough to hear it. He's like, if that's how it has to be, then challenge accepted. But Burns is turning it up. He's like, come at me, like he's dead ass. Yeah, he was the one there. This is compared to how he was then. Jeez. Yo, Burns looks so dope, man. This man really should be on bed rest though. Like at this point, he should have been on bed rest, and he's still like, is he gonna try and break through? Yep. Yeah, like Shinra, the first time they met, could not have even came close to doing this. Is that enough for you to tell him? That tiny little flame growing up to be as big as this. Oh, look at his arm. I think this might be enough for him to tell him. Yes. Let's go. What you know about that fire is not the truth. It was already active 12 years ago. So they were already like making moves and already plotting that long ago. It's not like they just like became a thing. They were already. Look, that's little Jaume. That young of an age, like wasn't you. And that's what Shinra's been saying this whole time, right? That like I knew it was someone else. I knew it was. So Jaume was the one that triggered that. The mother? Wait. Don't tell me the demon he saw was. It was his mother? And it was his mother. And you see like the tears. So the source of the fire was Sho, which how may it looked like triggered because the Adola burst, and then the mother was turned into a like a demon. What the fuck, dude? Oh my gosh. Mother. Dude. And the whole time, like, it was his mom. Right? Like, I've been looking for that. And, oh, that's so fucked. I always like was thinking like maybe there was some sketchy stuff going on with Burns, with him being there and whatnot. But now that we're getting this, that's not. Now we know that really wasn't the case at all. Like there was always like that thought in the back of my mind that okay, like there was a little bit of shade maybe towards Burns, but now we see with how the timings of the things played out that I think Shinra was the same way. He was kind of suspicious of him too. There was Shinra the only one there because I remember he said that was the only one he saved or they saved. Haume was this like insane, this crazy from like this early on. Like, how did Haume get to this point? Like I want to go more into her backstory. Probably the same way, like from a baby, right? It had to be like from a baby, like so some similar stuff. Maybe that like what happened to its show. Oh my god. Even like as a kid, like that, like it's terrifying. Like don't look at it. That's what they're saying. Like remember, don't look. Like his show, like smiling and like cheering and all that, and like I mean, the mother technically or the demon holding on to him, so that like it's not like they ever put it down. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Why do they? Some of the imagery they choose here is like. So he was trying to protect him. Yeah, pretty much. That's why he lied to him. Well, the total opposite kind of happened. Like almost like a love hate thing with them. Look at his eye, dude. Yeah, and he, like I was saying, like he looked at it, like he. But she, like, they never. It was the demon was never put to rest or never like, dealt with. So she has to be that demon, her or whatever, still has to somehow. By using the link again, yeah, like she has to still be out there somewhere, like. And that's a different guy. Her grandfather. I can't even really like I can't even really tell, but I wouldn't have if they didn't show that, I wouldn't have even guessed or assumed that. So that's how she comes in. That's how she's important. From the very start. They have to put her to rest, right? Like I don't think that. Well, I was about to say, like, I was about to say, there should be a way to turn her back into a human, right? But then Shinra's like, I'm gonna find out a way to do that. Like, I was gonna like, because that's what I was getting to. Like, he's gonna have to put the, put her down. But I guess now they're gonna try and find that out, or a way to do that. Oh, there's definitely gonna be something here after the ED. But this episode, I think, I mean, the biggest thing I wanted to get out of this episode was obviously Burns going into more detail what actually happened, and he kind of spilled, well, not spilled the beans, because I mean, it's not like he did it on accident, like he meant to do it, but Shinra proved himself to him, which that's big, right? And shows more of Shinra's improvements, which we know, he's improved leaps and bounds, especially with that encounter with Sho and that whole thing, right? Um, so yeah, to learn all that, like, yeah, it's fucked up, really, more so than we already thought. You already thought it was. So to go into that, um, was big, definitely. freaking Jaume was there from the beginning. Like really, Jaume was the one that triggered it with Show, right? So what are they gonna leave us off with? Oh, they're so they're invited like Benny and Conroe and cutting the onions. They're so cheesy with this. So they're having like a party. Shit, they're still on about this. Oh my god. Oh, Hibana. They invited like a decent amount of people. Man, look at the Vulcan's like, dude, I fucking love Vulcan, bro. This guy putting in like a AC unit or heat or like vents. Like this guy's just adding little things around the whole place. Oh, Arthur, why? Arthur, you knew that was coming. What kind of that had to be a reference, by the way, to something else? Because Benny has the same voice actor as like I feel like I've another character that is voiced by Benny. I feel like has what other character has he? See you later. Oh, is that it? Oh wow, so they just had like kind of a little party, I guess. At the end there. um, yeah, I don't know what was I going on about with Benny's voice actor. Like that had to be that was obviously a reference to something else. Like kind of how they made the Joe reference, like Ashita no Joe, which I have not yet watched yet, but like with OB, that had to be a reference to something too. But I feel like it was actually by a character that maybe that Benny his voice actor has done. We're getting off topic now, but I kind of already talked about what I was what I wanted to talk about um you know during the ED, but you can't really judge this as a finale. We know we have more coming, right, in 2020, and I feel like this is an okay way to leave off, right? It's kind of tough, I guess, because there is so much more to come, with like 24 more episodes, right? But I feel like this is a good stopping point. Obviously, after the fight with Sho and Shinra, getting that good bit from Burns, and then little party at the end there, right, to celebrate Shinra's discharge and him getting out of the hospital, him recovering, him being good. So, yeah, I feel like this is a solid way to leave it off, for the next season, which will be here before we know it. It won't be that long. It won't feel like that long at least. It's gonna be about half a year or so, maybe longer than that. But with how these things go, we'll be watching more Fire Force before we know it. So these last couple episodes, though, I gotta say, really good stuff. Um, some of the best, I would say, probably the best stretch of episodes in Fire Force. Honestly, like the like Fire Force for me, like the beginning, it started off really well. Like it had a hot start, and then like kind of went down a little bit, and then kind of stayed there and then came back up and then went down a little bit again, and then with the nether stuff, and then these episodes it like ended off on a high note, so that's a good thing, right? Like it makes me want to watch more. Like I think either way I was going to watch another season of it when it gets here, but I feel like especially with how this left off, I'm like really excited for more, so I feel like they did leave it off on a high note, which is a good thing, definitely. So yeah, I think that about does it for my reactions, obviously, to these two episodes 22 and 24, excuse me, until season 2 gets here, which is going to be in 2020. But yeah, it was a fun ride. It was a fun ride for now. Like I said, can't really judge it as a finale or treat it as a finale because it's not. We still have a lot more to come. So yeah, I guess we'll see you guys for more Fire Force. Let me know what you guys thought of this reaction, and hope you guys did enjoy my reactions to season one. And yeah, that about does it. I'll see you guys for season two of Fire Force or in my other videos. Peace out.